Hi, welcome back to HATV. I'm Paul Malkmus.
I'm Ann Malkmus.
And you may not have noticed it, or maybe you did, but we were gone last week.
We were indeed.
We were out in California doing health minister training down there in Irvine.
And it was cold.
It was surprisingly cold. The temperature out there was, what, 70 degrees?
That was the high, and it got down to 54.
We packed our jackets.
And we used them.
And we did use them, we sure did. But it was really neat going out to California down there in the LA, just south of the LA area. We had several health ministers. What, we have about 44?
We had about that many. They were from the Philippines and Australia, as well as all parts of Oregon, Washington, and California.
A lot from the California area.
And Nevada.
And Nevada, that's right. But it was really neat to have all these people from literally the area, but from other parts of the world too.
That's right.
And just interested in health and wanting to learn more and learning how to take this message back to them. It was really quite neat.
So we do some traveling throughout the year, and so that we can bring health minister training to people in different parts of the country. And it looks a little different when we take it on the road.
You know, a lot of people, this is probably the first time you've heard of health minister training. What is a health minister?
Well, a health minister is usually a person who's had some extraordinary health results because they chose to start the Hallelujah lifestyle. And from there, they found that those incredible results were something they wanted to share with other people. They just didn't quite know how to share it in a way people would hear it. So they come to us and we give them lots of ideas.
And it's really neat, the breadth of people that come from all walks of life. With all sorts of physical problems. We were out there, many people had cancer.
Many people
had overcome cancer just by changing their lifestyle. And they're so motivated. What happens, they experience healing, and they're so excited, they just want to go help other people. And they come to the training just for that purpose.
And these are not necessarily elderly people. In fact, a lot of these folks are under 50 and some are even under 40.
There were a lot of, and we're seeing more younger people in our trainings.
Yes, we are.
What was really neat, I think, were the single moms that felt they couldn't come back to Shelby, because we do this here in Shelby as well.
Right.
But they came to that training because they couldn't get back here to Shelby.
And we see that more than once. We've seen that last year as well.
Yeah. So the health minister training was really neat, and it really prepares people to go back and share the message. But you know, people that come, they come for various reasons. Probably about a third of the people that come will come for just enhanced health information. Another third come to go back and share with family and friends, and the other third comes there really to go back and start a ministry, really reaching people. And while we use the term health ministers, you could look at them more as health consultants or health coaches, or probably more what you would be used to looking at them as being.
Health ambassadors. And the training that we give to them on the road is a little more comprehensive because we include a day where it's basically a prerequisite. And if they came to North Carolina, they would actually have to create or find a different method of getting their prerequisite before they came to the training in North Carolina.
And in that prerequisite, we share on the road, we share a lot of scientific information.
We do.
And we really teach them what the whole Hallelujah diet is and you know, what it isn't as well. And so give a real grounding on the Hallelujah diet and why the Hallelujah diet gets the results that it gets. So many people, they look at, you know, Hallelujah Acres and the Hallelujah diet and they say, you know, what is the magic in that? And we share that with the health ministers, and it's really not that magical, but we provide an understanding for it. And then from there, we take them into, you know, preparing them to help other people and teaching them how to share the message, the tools, and Hallelujah Acres has put together a number of tools over the years to be able to take this message forward, and so we share that there as well.
By the time they leave on Friday, these people are so equipped and they are on fire, and they're eager to go back home and share this message with people who they know and love dearly and people who they've never even met yet. And they know that this is quite an experience for them, and when they leave our training, they're well prepared to go out and share this message.
What was really neat about the Irvine training, which is similar when we're on the road, we do it in conference centers. And we're in the hotel, and so the meeting place is in the same place as the hotel, and of the 44 people, I think about 30 of them actually stayed in the hotel there with us. And so it makes it to where you're a nice group, and then everybody goes to the same restaurants for dinner.
We do.
Not on purpose, but you see them in the same healthy restaurants around town.
We meet them, we don't intentionally meet them there, but we meet them there anyway.
We see them there anyways. And that was one of the things that was really neat about Irvine, where the number of health food restaurants that were there.
There were a lot of wonderful vegetarian, vegan, raw food, anything you'd like kind of restaurants there.
We were so jealous.
Yeah.
You know, some people tell us that, you know, they can't live the healthy lifestyle because the food's so expensive. But there in California, the food was cheap. We were surprised how inexpensive the produce was, but also it was plentiful. And within probably 2 miles of the hotel, there were like 4 or 5 health food stores, juice bars, and
On every corner.
it was really
neat.
neat. It sure was.
We felt very well at home in California.
So not only did we do Irvine this year, but we have some other trainings coming up in the near future, don't we?
We do. We're actually on our way to Chicago in a couple of weeks. It'll be sometime in the middle of September. And then from there, we're going to go to Toronto, Canada for another health minister training, and that's at the end of September, beginning of October. And in between there, we have a few other stops.
Yes. And back here in November, we'll have
yep.
training here as well, back here in
That's
Shelby,
right.
North Carolina. Now, you know, here on HATV, you see us putting out testimonies, and we have a testimony a week, and many of those come from health ministers, and while they're at health minister training, we sit down and we interview them, and so we can share their testimony with you. So that gives you a flavor of the people who are coming and some of the results that they're seeing from the How You Diet, and in many cases, we're able to share why they've come to health minister training.
Yes, it appears that when they've had some significant recovery from this lifestyle, that they want to share this message. And Hallelujah Acres is there to support them in their efforts to try to share this message with other people.
So it's been, we just love teaching the health ministers and the whole health minister program as we share this message and they in turn share the message. And the whole purpose for health minister program is to help reach the world with a message. And we have now health ministers in all 50 states, 5 provinces of Canada, and 49 other countries. And it's just amazing. As we talked about being from the Philippines,
Right.
we have them all over the world. And it's really neat that this message is being spread that far.
It's our sincere desire to be able to reach health ministers even outside of the continental United States someday, so that we can go to those countries where it's difficult for them to reach. They can't get their visas. It's difficult for them to get clearance to come here even for 3 days. Someday, it is our prayer to be able to go there and teach people there.
Yeah. Last year, we had 25 people from one of the African countries that wanted to come for training, and only one was able to get her visa. And the other 24 couldn't come for training. So we look forward to being able to take the message there someday.
I look forward to it.
So we hope we've shared a little bit about where we were last week. We had a blast, but we did miss you. And we're glad to be back, and we sure appreciate Scott and Melody filling in and keeping things moving. But this is AM and PM, and we'll see you tomorrow on HATV.